Donald Trump woke up in a complete rage. Here's what he posted. Virtually every great legal scholar says the crooked New York City DA, Alvin Bragg, who is allowing violent crime to run rampant on the sidewalks of New York, has absolutely, then he puts this in caps, no case against me, election interference. Obviously, everything that Donald Trump says is absolutely false. This is what he posted next when he woke up in the morning. Arrest deranged Jack Smith. He is a criminal. And he puts that all in caps. And as our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, says, sure, let's put this lunatic back in charge of the country. But by the way, if you don't want to just take my opinion or the opinion of some of the legal analysts on this network about how the Trump trial is going thus far, let's just read the transcript that's now publicly available of the testimony from Friday of Hope Hicks, one of Donald Trump's former top aides when Trump was disgracing the Oval Office. She was his communications director from 2017 and 2018. She then came back in 2020 and 2021, and she was also his press secretary in his 2016 campaign. Here's what she had to say when she testified on Friday from Hope Hicks. It goes, question, did he, Donald Trump, say anything about the timing of the news reporting regarding answer? Oh, yes. He wanted to know how it was playing and just my thoughts and opinion about this story, referring to the Stormy Daniels situation getting public, versus having the story, a different kind of story before the campaign, had Michael Cohen not made that payment. And I think Mr. Trump's opinion was it was better to be dealing with it now than it would have been to have that story come out before the election. Question. Thank you. No further questions. That's what went down in trial on Friday with the testimony of Hope Hicks. By the way, Donald Trump, I always contrast Donald Trump's post with President Biden's post. Here's Donald Trump's posting for May 4th. Trump, this is what the Republican Party says as well. May the 4th be with you. And they have Donald Trump there with the red lightsaber. And the red lightsaber is like what all the bad guys had. Compare Donald Trump with the red lightsaber to President Biden's post on May 4th with Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. I mean, you got Trump, Darth Vader, you've got President Biden, Luke Skywalker. I mean, come on, this stuff writes itself. Play this clip of President Biden's post where he goes, we had a very good feeling about this. May the 4th be with you, America. Here, play this clip.
May the 4th be with you. Always.
By the way, as you look through some of the other posts by Donald Trump right here and you start scrolling down on his Trump media on Truth Social, you've got this. Trump's tax loophole. Trump's indictment is making headlines, but so is his IRS loophole. Learn how you can take advantage. See more. Here's another post by Trump. All of the so-called evidence being presented in court by crooked Joe Biden fascist prosecutors has nothing to do with the phony no-crime case against me. The judge letting things into this witch hunt that would never be let in by a fair judge, like a decades-old event that was already adjudicated by the voters in the 2016 election a long time ago, MAGA 2024. I mean, do you mean when you were lying to the voters, when you were using the National Enquirer and others to catch and kill stories of you cheating on Melania and having sex with a porn star and before that with Karen McDougal, and then giving speeches just lying about all of this stuff and trying to cover it up, then falsifying business records? Is that what you're referring to? Because this is the type of evidence that's coming in. Let's just play this clip. The jury was able to see this clip of Donald Trump again, just totally lying. Play this clip.
As you have seen, Right now, I am being viciously attacked with lies and smears. It's a phony deal. I have no idea who these women are. Have no idea. I have no idea. And I think you all know I have no idea because you understand me for a lot of years. Okay? When you looked at that horrible woman last night, you said, I don't think so. I don't think so. Whoever she is, wherever she comes from, the stories are total fiction. They're 100% made up. They never happened. They never would happen. I don't think that happened with very many people, but they certainly aren't going to happen with me.
Because I think the jury's going to actually be interested in them seeing the check that was sent to Michael Cohen that has your signature on it. I think the jury's going to be interested in all of your other posts where you say this is the horse face, no affair case. And hey, these are your words that the jury's getting to see. These are things that you said. Compare these, by the way, to some of the things that President Biden's been talking about. President Biden writes, "Dreamers are our loved ones, nurses, teachers, and small business owners. They deserve the promise of health care just like all of us. Today, my administration is making that real by expanding affordable health coverage through the Affordable Care Act by DACA recipients." President Biden goes, "With today's report of 175,000 new jobs, the American comeback continues. Congressional Republicans are fighting to cut taxes for billionaires and let special interests rip folks off. I'm focused on job creation and building an economy that works for families I grew up with." President Biden writes, "There's no safe level of lead exposure, and the only way forward is to replace every lead pipe in America. That's why Kamala and I are making sure our administration is the first ever set out to do it." That's what President Biden is talking about. Meanwhile, you have all of like the Donald Trump, like MAGA media. You've got Mark Levin saying, "Drudge hates America." They want to attack Drudge Report. Now, Drudge used to be and used to be beloved in the Republican Party. He hasn't changed. The Republican Party has gone full MAGA. All Drudge has done is posted the actual headlines. Hope Hicks takes the stand. She won't even look at Donald. Week 3 of trial reaches explosive finale. Secret tape royals case. Trump's last soldier stands outside of the courthouse. That's what Donald Trump is livid about right there. I should also show you this, though. This is President Biden's campaign ran this 60-second spot today in battleground states during NBC's coverage of the Kentucky Derby. So as Donald Trump is just kind of ranting and raving and attacking Jack Smith and talking about IRS loopholes and posting the red lightsaber, President Biden's talking about issues. Oh, by the way, just for those who are not Star Wars fans, the origins of the red lightsaber. The red lightsaber first made its appearance in the Star Wars universe in the original trilogy. Darth Vader, one of the most iconic villains in all of pop culture, wields a red lightsaber. This lightsaber is a symbol of his allegiance to the dark side of the Force and his position as a Sith Lord. That's what Donald Trump posted. Again, President Biden with Luke Skywalker. Need I say anything more? By the way, this is what President Biden released during the Kentucky Derby. Play this clip.
Tonight, Donald Trump's new comments on abortion, saying that some states might choose to monitor women's pregnancies to possibly prosecute women who violate abortion bans.
2 years ago, I became pregnant with a baby I desperately wanted. And I learned that the fetus would have a fatal condition and never survive. Because of the new laws in Texas, I had to flee my own state to receive treatment. If Donald Trump is elected, that is the end of a woman's right to choose. There will be no place to turn. We could lose our rights in every state, even the ones where abortion is currently legal. And that means every woman in every state is at risk. Donald Trump took away our freedom. We need leaders that will protect our rights and not take them away. And that's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
I'm Joe Biden. and I approve this message.
And folks, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I think that what this election is going to come down to is democracy. It's going to come down to decency. It's going to come down to normalcy. It's going to come down to protecting the dignity of all human beings. It's going to come down to talking about women's right to control their own reproductive rights. That's what this election is going to come down to. And I think it's just so important that we show this contrast and just make clear what's at stake, provide you with all of the data, and let you judge and take that data however you're going to take it, but you deserve the data. Do with it what you will. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thanks so much for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.